Right. Hey, everybody. It is that time. It's Thursday. It's Two Legs. It's the live edition of Two Legs. It's myself, Tom Hunyadi, along with Andy Nichols and a few other knuckleheads that will be hooligans. There we go. We'll be introducing here in a minute. But Andy, what's going on, my friend?
Good evening, partner. We have made it to the end.
Can you believe this? It's what we've been going since what, October of last year?
October or November.
Yeah. And, we had to skip a couple weeks, unfortunately, but here we are, finally at the end. McCartney III, ranking the tracks, volume 27. And I got a couple people here with us, some good friends of the show. First up, we've got our art director, the kid du jour, the up and comer, the rookie, if you will, Ethan Alexanian. What's going on, my friend?
Am I still the up and comer at this point?
Well,
a little bit.
Hudson's got him beat.
Yeah, he's going up the ladder.
I'm in the old age home at this point.
You're climbing up.
I think Ethan can still be the rookie. Hudson's in AAA.
He's in AAA.
Triple. He's not even single A, huh? Wow.
Then we got our music director, Dylan Sevey, who's just thank you for what you've done and gave us, and all that work that you put into those songs. Thank you and welcome back.
Yes, good to be back. Fresh haircut and excited for all of the fights that we're going to get into tonight.
I cannot wait. And that's about it for guests. So we're going to get going here. And we can't forget my cousin, my old co-host, my buddy, and David. It's always good to see you.
Horse leg.
Hey, family, what's going on?
Not much. It was good to see you, even though the circumstances were pretty shitty a couple months ago. And anytime I can hang out with you is always a joy. So
you enjoy hanging out with me in person?
I'm just for public appearances. We'll be nice and everything like that. I'll save the personal bashing at next year's wedding.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
But it's an honor to be back. I think the last time I was on was last June. But
something like that, yeah.
What a perfect album to talk about, because I think our text chain has been created because of this album. So
and that's how we're going to start the show, really.
How it came to be. Right?
It's because you're the Hoffman Forum
lurker
guru. Yeah.
Yes, he is.
The creeper.
Like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll get a spam of messages. This guy said this. This guy said
1 a.m.
Or 1 a.m.
It's always great coming back to my phone. You have 76 unread messages. Well, David found something.
And so that was quite the morning, because leading up to that, COVID hit, and leading up to that, we're going, okay, it's locked down. McCartney's not touring. He's going to be in the studio, and plus it was a zero. There was a zero at the end of it was a perfect. It was an anniversary year. Let's just say, thank you for a McCartney. So like, if there was going to be ever a year that we were going to get a McCartney III, this would be that year. And David, thanks to all your texting, and right? We were getting snippets here and there, and I wish you could have joined in on this, Ethan. But I don't think we could have. International texting was allowed.
I'd be bankrupt. I'd be well into $1,000.
Yeah,
buy that All Things Must Pass box set. No.
But anyways, but what a fun day that was, because we were all texting ourselves, going, "Holy shit! What are we gonna get? How many Target, Third Man, and Indy, Newberry? It was just on and on. And you guys were already texting before I got up for that stupid 333 copy.
Man, I missed it by a half hour. I was on my way to work, and by the time I got to work, 40 minutes later, it was gone.
Wow.
I wish I had a heads up. I probably would have got it.
Yeah.
I'm working at Third Man for the next 3 weeks. I'll see if I can track down some
Yes, I'm
unshipped
sure
ones.
there you go.
Matt Dillon, you got the inside hook, man. Go for it.
Get the
No,
male and
actually-
female press, you know.
Oh,
and-
screw
Yeah.
that. Sell them on eBay for, a couple thousand, come on. But
Yeah, I can sell Jack White on that pretty
there
easily,
you
I'm
go.
sure.
There you
Yep.
go.
Absolutely. So, but man, I mean, I know we're all stressing. I know I didn't get much work done that day, and just texting back and forth with you guys about this. But who's with us right now? There, Andy.
In Chatland, we got Tom
Yeah.
Brennan, Carlos,
Hey, Tom.
Susan, Oliver, and Day Tripper. Have all chimed in. So good evening, folks.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys as well. I'm glad you guys have joined us throughout this whole series. But yeah, so getting into the records, we're going crazy. I know Andy and I we got a handful. Dave, did you get any of the colors? You got the Third Man Red, right?
Yeah, I got the Third Man Red that came online probably around lunchtime.
Okay.
And that I think sold out in that afternoon.
Right.
I picked one up for Dylan.
I was like, Dylan, what did Dylan get copy wise? What'd you get?
I got the Third Man Red that David got me, and that was it.
Hey, congratulations.
Same here.
And it works for
Congratulations.
me.
Then I got the Japanese one.
Yeah,
that came
well,
out
we'll
a little
get to
bit
that.
later.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a
sorry.
second. But the vinyl people, the vinyl community, I'm sure we're just pleased as punches. Ethan, you ordered the Third Man Red, but it took how long?
It took nearly 2 months to get here.
Oh, wow.
It arrived via sled through the cold Canadian wilderness.
I get Japanese bootlegs within a week and a half.
I'm
I
telling you,
cannot
man.
believe it took you to get over like Lake Ontario for 2 months.
damn Canadians.
Just in one canoe.
Right. Yeah. So I'm sure Andy and I were the ones that probably of the bunch here probably overindulged here with this.
You think?
Did you now, Tom?
But it was, I mean, it really was. I mean, I had a blast with it because it was like a half hour, we got the Indy, a half hour later, we got the Target, a half hour later, we got a Newberry, so it was just like, they just shingled the hell out of this promotion. And then, so after that, I'm thinking it was a couple of weeks later, then they started the CD, all the
Right.
different, so then you were getting, you were getting Dice Box and you were getting,
The donut box. Right.
yeah, Donut Box. You were getting the Target again that was announced with the vinyl, but then you were getting, like David showed,
Yeah.
the Japanese that
Japanese.
ended up having all the bonus tracks on it. So if you didn't want to partake in all of those crazy donut boxes, you could have just got this one right here and saved yourself some money. But no, why do that?
Tom, didn't you get confused and just order the suitcase again?
Yeah.
Hey, Ethan, aren't you? So you on earlier? You had mentioned you were trying to get the Target vinyl still.
Yeah.
I'm on the hunt for. That's the only one I missed. So,
I think they're selling for affordable prices on eBay. When I say
Yeah.
affordable, probably under $45.
And I'm glad you
If
brought
you're
that up
willing.
because as soon as all of these announcements were made, you went on eBay and people were selling them for over $100.
Those assholes.
Crazy. Yeah, right.
Selling records they did not have themselves
Exactly.
for like $200.
Exactly. And then on top of that, to make matters worse, when they were officially released, nobody was getting them on time.
no.
Even the ones that got them at a reasonable rate or reasonable time still had to wait a week or so, to get them.
I think my Japanese CD arrived to me quicker than
Yeah.
the Third Man that came from Ferndale, Michigan, which is
Isn't
7
that
miles
crazy?
from my house. So,
It's too bad you don't get an option for pickup or something.
I
like
would
that.
have picked it up day of. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Hey, partner, before we dive into the meat and
Yeah.
potatoes of the album, should we get to the news of the day here a little bit?
Well, we can. Yeah, I mean, if you want, let's give our thoughts real quick of this this new announcement today, the Get Back film, which was announced that it's going to be over 3 days in November on Disney Plus, which is fine. This was going to happen anyways, so this part of it is no surprise. The surprise is. The surprise
it
is
is 1995 again. Christmas is
right. The surprise is we don't know if it's official that it's not if it's going to get a
Theatrical.
theatrical release. which again, I mean, it would have been so great to be able to see and hear this in the theater, because you get that blown up screen, all the restoration that was done on the film, and the remastering that was done on the music. It just would have been a great experience to be able to see that in the theater. But David, quickly, what was your what's
I haven't felt this jubilated probably since the anthology.
Yeah.
I had trepidation to feel like, is it going to be a 2-hour kind of soft kind of documentary like 8 Days a Week was?
Right.
It wasn't curtailed to the hardcore person. But knowing Peter Jackson, I knew he was going to maybe pull that rabbit out of his hat, and working with Disney and streaming such a big thing right now, especially during this ongoing, lockdown that's opening up again. I think he had so much. He's like, I cannot make this into even a 4-hour movie like The Irishman.
Right.
I don't think and I think he was saying it's a documentary within a documentary with no talking heads.
Mm-hmm.
So literally we're going to see almost 5.5 hours of new stuff we hadn't seen before officially.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, it was
great.
interesting. It was interesting when a couple of weeks ago, I think it was either Paul or Ringo, were saying that they were seeing footage, new footage that Peter Jackson was working on. And in my mind, I'm going, why is he still working on this if it was supposed to be done last year? You know what I mean? So now we kind of know, okay, now he overdid it. He overshot
maybe he had
it.
to sell it to him like that.
Right.
Like, hey, I've been working on it 3 years.
Right.
I cannot condense it. It wouldn't be right.
Yeah. Dylan, your thoughts?
Honestly, it quells a lot of my fears, I guess, which is that we were going to get something that wasn't as comprehensive as it should be. I never really bought into the whole rewriting history thing, because as we know, the Let It Be film isn't exactly super historically accurate or well representative of what was going on. But, the potential of just getting another 1.5 2-hour long movie is like still fun, but now knowing that it is going to be that much makes me feel great. And honestly, I hope it does get released to theaters. I would love to see it in theaters, but at this point, I'll be happy with anything. I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, let's just get it out now. I don't have Disney Plus, so luckily I had Hulu for the McCartney 1, 2, 3 thing with Rick Rubin. But Ethan, you've got Disney Plus, so you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
And honestly, with this whole thing, I woke up this morning at about 11:30, like a contributing member of society. To about 4 different text messages from different people, all saying, look at this. And I was not quite fully awake. And I'm like, 6 hours? That's kind of long.
Right.
And then it's like, oh, it's going to be spread over 3 days.
Right.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
Right.
I thought Peter Jackson was going full Peter Jackson.
Right.
Like extended cut of
Lord of the
Rings.
Rings.
Extended cut, baby. Yeah.
I'm looking
wouldn't
forward to the
complain.
probably 12 disc, physical release.
Oh,
next
that
year.
would be great. You're right. Yeah. So hopefully, we do get. I mean, it would also be nice if it's out in time for Christmas as well. Utilize that or take advantage of that Christmas market for the CDs and the Blu-rays, if you will.
I
But
don't
Andy,
think that Apple ever thinks about things like that. So
No. Right. Andy, I mean, were you excited to see the news? Or what?
Yeah, I was. I have Disney Plus, so I'm ready for it.
Okay.
I actually think it might be a case where we get, the little drop on Disney Plus, and maybe a truncated version gets released to theaters.
Mm.
For a 2.5 hour type thing, because you can't put a 6-hour film in a theater. It just doesn't happen. So maybe it becomes that. Maybe a truncated version goes out into
Right. Yeah.
after the fact. We'll see.
Yeah.
But listen. More content is always better. So, and have you seen like some of the pictures that they have released? They're incredibly. I mean, the job that they have done restoring all of this is
18 years in the making since they try to tease it back in 2003.
Oh, for the Let It Be Naked release.
Yeah. So it's good. I can't wait. And I like the dropping episodes on a different night. To David's point, it's like the anthology again. To me, it brings up all those feelings again. So
I might record it to VCR just for the sheer nostalgia of it.
Nice.
we can
I mean,
still do
Michael.
that.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Lindsay Hogg has said that version, it has been ready since 2003, the original Let It Be movie. They did work on it back then. So, but it is going to be nice to get something out finally. Now, I was a little weary about the Disney Plus. I'm not the biggest fan of shelling out more money for Disney, but
Think of this.
um,
A movie ticket is average, what, $15?
Exactly, $8. I understand.
Yeah.
I get that part. And in a way, then I'm thinking about, okay, well, I do want to see The Mandalorian because I highly doubt that it's going to get a physical media release. So why not get it to finally see, the 2 seasons of The Mandalorian?
I'm sure that you've got a friend, maybe one who lives in New Jersey, who would lend you his username and password as well. Gonna throw that out there, and I don't want to put anyone on the spot.
You can email Andy at.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to bleep this out. Wait, it's live, so the copyright people are already coming after us.
Whatever, I don't care.
That's
I'm just a
great.
guest.
Yes, you are.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget your place.
There could be a best of both worlds situation with a theatrical release if they did the 3-part miniseries, whatever. But if they still wanted a theatrical re-release to cater to the diehards, they could just put out the original Let It Be
exactly.
as a theatrical run,
Yeah.
with Dolby Atmos,
Not a bad
whatever.
But
Right.
I read that Variety article, and if
Good
you
article.
thought the original Let It Be was kind of tense, I think Peter Jackson's gonna even show more of that, just to show the background. I mean, they're gonna have George literally walking out of the studio,
Right.
and I think
can't
that might
wait.
end episode 1.
Yeah. And if they do that, great, because the presentation that he showed us originally was all everybody's happy, la di da, we're all dancing, having a great time, and there was no sign of any tense moments, because we all know there was a bunch of tense moments during that month. So it'll be great if we do get that kind of footage as well, David, to your point. So absolutely. But yeah, it's again, it's exciting news. I'm sure it's not going to be the way we wanted it, but it sounds like it's going to
more
be
than what we
it's
wanted.
more than what we wanted. So
Yeah.
I mean, again, we for years we were complaining about how we were never getting enough with these releases. Now it seems like these
Then
releases,
Peter Jackson came along.
and George Harrison on All Things Must Pass. Anyway,
it's a great Beatle day for all
Right.
of us fans.
yeah, I agree. So McCartney III, great. I'm still happy with this album. I think a lot of us were excited to get a new McCartney record, because for a while there it was turning into 3, 4, 5 years, 6-year waits in between records. So to finally get a record, between 2 years was a very nice welcome. It put a great a cap to a really shitty year, and I know everybody was happy that we were going to get another album. So I'm looking forward to ranking this with you guys. But Dylan, we'll start with you real quick. Just since it's released, are you still happy with the album? Are you excited? Do you still play the album?
I do. I still enjoy it quite a bit. I've listened to it in its entirety probably at least 40 or 50 times.
Oh wow.
I don't have a number on it, but I
Right.
still enjoy it quite a lot conceptually, as well as the actual content. I think it will, and I do think it will stand the test of time, but we will see.
Okay, David.
Yeah, I mean, since the release, it's been what, 7 months, 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the most I've spun a McCartney album since post its release, since Memory Almost Full. It's had that staying power, and songs are still stuck in my head when I'm not even listening to the album. So that was something that we needed in 2020 near the end,
Yeah.
So that really lifted up my spirits, and just having him have an album out at 78 and 2 years after his last album. So that was
Right.
It reminded me of like the Chaos and Creation Memory Almost Full era.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes.
How soon they were released.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, Ethan, I'm glad that you're here with us, because you got a little bit of different perspective, and I like that, because we're not just all here, raising our hands and singing in circles. But you're not never welcomed. Are you never really warmed up to this release, or what?
Look, I really wanted to love this when it came out, and I loved it for like the first week. But upon those first few re-listens, it's like I didn't like this as much as I wish I would have. I was really hoping for another McCartney II.
Okay.
And from the stuff that was in the trailers, it's like, okay, this actually may be another McCartney II. But it just hasn't lived up, or it hasn't,
Gotcha.
It's only been out for less than a year, and I don't think it's aged particularly well.
Wow. Strong
Even-
word
even
already.
It's just
though-
my opinion.
Right.
I have to preface, this is just my opinion.
Well, yeah,
There you
and even though we have different opinions on it, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've been there with a lot of albums by artists I really love. You just want so badly for it to reach whatever, expectations or wants that you have for it, and when it doesn't get there, it's a bummer.
Thank you, Dylan.
Well, that's,
Yeah.
how I felt, that's how I felt about Egypt Station, unfortunately. I love the cover,
Right.
Egypt Station.
Yeah.
I like the concept, but to me, some of the songs aren't grabbing me personally.
Gotcha.
So.
Andy, you go back and forth between this one and
Yeah,
and Egypt Station.
Yeah, I do. I was really high on it when it came out, and then I just think the overkill and the overhype kind of really put me off with the
Right.
record. It kind of just, and then reimagined. It just kind of,
Etchin, right.
it wore me down, and I kind of got tired of it very quickly by like March, and then I don't know, the last month or two, I've really warmed back
Right.
up to it again.
Okay.
So I'm enjoying it again. I can't rank it in terms of where it belongs yet. I just can't.
Right.
But it's a great record. I mean, through and through, 1 through 11, it's creative, it's inspiring. There's great tunes on it. So I mean, it's an enjoyable record still. So I'm very happy with it still 7 months later. Through
So
Excellent.
this little
Cool.
birdie on Lurking Forum saying there's a third act to this album sometime this year. So
Oh, great. Let's do it. Why not? Anyways, but yeah, I get what you're saying, Andy. I can definitely understand that. I did listen to the album again today at work because I work while I'm at work, David. And, anyways, but I mean, it still plays fresh in my mind. I still enjoy every song. I still like to love, every song on this record. And yeah, I think a lot of us needed to warm up to Deep Deep Feeling, and we'll get to that when we, when we start ranking the songs here in a second. But yeah, I'm still really enjoying this one, and I think I'm. Because I was hook, line, and sinker on Egypt Station. I just loved Egypt Station, and
Really?
Yeah, really. You think?
I'm joking. Where's that
I know
suitcase?
you are. I know, sarcasm at its finest. But yeah, I still love this record. I think it's gonna be considered one of the greats in the years to come, and hopefully, Ethan, it'll one day in the future you'll play it and you'll be like, oh yeah, I love it now. You never know.
Stranger things have happened.
Yes, that is correct. Stranger things have happened. Anyways, why don't we get started here? I mean, do you want to go over comments here? You want to see what people have been saying before we get started here?
Yeah, let's see a couple comments here. Tony says Tony Logan loves McCartney 3. It still works for him. Carlos says
Cool.
McCartney 3 is better than McCartney 2. How about that, Ethan?
Wow. Okay.
Ooh, shots fired.
Susan likes she likes most of McCartney 3, but she still prefers Egypt Station more. So
Okay.
Yeah, Ollie likes it. Yeah, those are pretty much everybody still likes it pretty much still. So
Okay, great. So what's going to happen here is I got a certain order here that I see on my screen, and I'm just going to go clockwise for this for every round here. So we're going to start with Andy. Andy, you start with number 11. What is your least favorite track on the album?
I hope I'm not the only one that submits this song as number 11. I don't think I will be, but I don't know.
Right.
Deep Down. Ugh,
Hmm.
can't do that. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Okay.
Can't listen to it. Skip. Always with that song. Gotta get deep down. No, gotta skip. Get deep down. Gone.
Gone. Okay. I agree. I have Deep Down as my number 11, but I kind of enjoy it more than you do. I do like the ad lib to it. I do like it musically, but again, it's not great like a lot of rest of these songs, but I do enjoy it. The lyrics, not much to it, kind of almost like Road All Night, and the other one on Driving Rain that I'm losing my Losing my mind on them. Just
Rains,
but whatever.
rinse the raindrops.
Rinse the raindrops. Thank you. So there's not much going on there lyrically, but I think it still is a fun. Yeah, I know. I get tongue tied. Sorry.
The English language is tough.
Yeah,
I get it.
It is. But Ethan, let's go with you. Number 11, my friend.
Do I have to provide justification for my list, or can I
Yes.
just
No.
say
Quickly.
it? Okay. Winter Bird When It Comes. That's my number 11.
Wow. Okay. That's it. That's all you want to give.
That's all. he
That's
said.
all. That's all I have to say. I feel like any other statement would incriminate me further.
Fair. All right, David. Let's go with you. Number 11.
Can I just preface that I like all the songs, so I like some more than others. So this one, I think Dylan's not going to like me on, and generally most of the viewing public. Okay, so I picked Pretty Boys, and it's not musically. I love the music on this album. I love the production. The lyrics are kind of trite for me. It kind of reminds you like English Tea or Jenny Wren. And I'm not saying this is bad. It just doesn't hook me. But I like his vocal that's more natural and a deeper register, but the incredible piece of guitar playing. So
Yeah,
that's
I
my
agree.
11. Sorry, guys.
All right, Dylan.
Yeah, I mean, I have wrong opinions too, David. It's fine. My number 11 is Deep Down. It is easily my least favorite. It's far from the worst thing he's ever done, but it's too long. It's barely even a composition, and the soundscape isn't nearly interesting or good enough to save that aspect of it. And when you throw in the fact that he apparently spent 6 seconds trying to get a good fake horn sound, that seals the deal for me. I think it's a pretty lame song.
You don't like synth horns? You want the real thing?
Not when they sound like Deep Down. I think it's
Must be on an old
not.
Casio.
It borders on embarrassing if it
Right.
doesn't exactly.
Man, you guys are gonna hate me the rest of the show. All right.
Well,
All right, we're going to go to number 10. Unless Sandy, you want to see anything
No.
you want to? Okay, it looks like a lot of people agree with Deep Down here.
Tom, what did you have?
Tom agrees for Pretty Boys as well. With you, I had Deep Down.
Oh,
Okay, so the four of us were right and you were wrong, David. So
whatever, man. If
you're on a good roll.
if we had all the same opinion, this show would be boring. So
Yes. I know, my friend.
you know, you got
Calm down. David.
I'll play with whatever you want me to play, or I'll just
sick reference, bro.
All right, number 10, my turn. I'm going with, and sorry, Andy, I'm going with Seize the Day. I like it. It just reminds me too much of Do It Now from Egypt Station, kind of like almost like the same sentiment to it, but I still like it. You know, just don't love it. So
Gotcha.
that's my 10, and we're gonna go with Ethan next.
My number 10 is Kiss of Venus.
Okay.
I love that. I love
Ethan is
I
my
don't-
favorite person alive right now.
Yep.
Okay, David.
just writing stuff in a pencil these days. It's a thing.
Okay.
Mine is When Winter Comes. I think it's a great song where the placement is as a book ending to the album, as the reprise to Long Tail Winterbird. And I'm glad he saved a 92 Flaming Pie outtake from being buried in the archives. So I'm glad it's on there. But I just don't love it as much as the other fantastic works on the album. So
Do you think if Flaming Pie wasn't such a great album that he would have put this gem on the archive box set?
Maybe.
maybe.
Yeah. 'Cause it's just curious to me why he would have added this to the album. You know,
You can tell
maybe
his voice is like 30 years younger. you know?
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Okay. So Dylan, number 10.
10, I have Women and Wives. I know a lot of people are really fond of this one, and it's a significant step up from Deep Down. But it's just still not hitting me that hard. I've seen some people fawn over the lyrics, but I don't think they're particularly special. I think he has better lyrics on this record.
Right.
I don't hate it, but it's not one I go back to unless I'm listening to the album as a whole.
What did you think of the vocal approach to this? Because it's something that he doesn't.
Well, I got
hear.
really excited because in all the interviews he was talking about Lead Belly. I'm a huge Lead Belly fan. I'm a huge blues fan, and I love it when Paul taps into that in a lot of songs. And then I listen to it, and I'm like, "Where's the blues? Where's the Lead Belly? This is him just doing a character."
Right.
I don't hate it. It was just a letdown for me because I was expecting something different.
Okay, fair. Andy, number 10.
Lavatory Lil. Yeah. Just,
Wow.
For the lyrics, not the music. I think the music, I think the musicians, I love the playing of it. I love the production of it, but this one, the lyrics just stick in my craw a little bit. Yeah, it's just, I never really took this one that much. Lavatory Lil.
Got you. All right, we are going number 9, and we are going to Ethan. Start us off with number 9, please, my friend.
Oh.
Don't feel guilty about anything. Just own it. Own it.
My number 9 is Deep Deep Feeling.
Oh my God.
Yeah, never mind about the whole bringing it thing.
Thank you, Dylan.
That
is all. Why? But what? No. Why? What bugs you about the song, Dylan?
Long.
No, but come on. You got to prove. Well, you can't. Well,
no, I don't.
You got to prove opinion with fact. No, I want to know your reason. What did the auto tune? Just the triteness of it, the singing, the filtering of the vocals.
Yes.
Is he trying to be too contemporary?
Yes.
But you like Egypt Station?
No, I don't. I like Egypt Station. I hate Egypt Station.
Okay. All right. Now I know where you're. All right.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. So number 9 for David. We're over here, David.
All right, my number 9.
Kiss of Venus.
Yes. His falsetto is actually not that bad on this song as much.
No, not at all.
Yeah. I had trepidation for his voice on these type of songs, but unfortunately, it's not my favorite. But the song is stuck in my head and in my guitar, so this maybe it could have moved up. But there's others I like better.
Okay, pretty cool. Dylan, number 9.
My number 9 is Lavatory Lil.
Wow.
I like the stripped down bluesy landscape. Kind of reminds me a bit of Ooh You from the first McCartney record. But while you could argue that Ooh You is a minor composition, it very least has that awesome vocal. The vocals on this are fine. A lot of it is fine. It's just not a particular favorite for me.
Okay. We're going to Andy for number 9.
Nice comment here, though, from Tim Allen. When McCartney's using Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, and Titch as an inspiration, he's in trouble, a.k.a. Lavatory Lil.
Other people talk about Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mick, and Titch, too.
Yes. I knew Ethan would like that, so I had to read that comment.
Thank you, Andy.
Yeah. Number 9 for me, Long-Tailed Wintered Bird, the opener. Too long, too meandering, and just goes on for way too long. And it's too loud.
Okay.
I get that memory almost full loudness feeling when I hear that song. I gotta lower it.
Huh. Okay.
Interesting. Okay, number 9 for me. I'm going with Pretty Boys. Fortunately, is a track I still like it, Dylan. I like the song, just not as much as others.
I said nothing.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you implied.
Yes, I do on this one. I do like the lyrics better than I like the music on this one. So I think the music is what kind of drops this one down for me. All right, that was number 9, right?
Yep.
Okay, 8. We are starting with the Mr. Gargalino for number 8.
I'm picking Lavatory Lil. Lavatory Lil.
Lavatory.
Lavatory. I got to go to the lavatory. I think it's a great song. The riff is well done. I like the driving bass, especially descending lines. There's quirky lyrics. It's upbeat. The thing is, I like more downbeat songs on this album than the upbeat. So that's why maybe my list is more transposed than others. I'm glad someone like Josh Homme is covering this on Reimagined because it kind of fits his quirkiness. So, yeah, that's my number 8.
Number 8, Dylan. Speak.
Man, I thought this was going to be controversial, but y'all already took the load off me. I've got When Winter Comes at 8. You know, I think people are a bit too taken with and distracted by the voice here.
Right.
You know, I love these types of songs, you know, Mom's a Little Girl, Calico Sky's Great Day. But I just don't think this song is as special as everyone makes it out to be. You know, I know lyrics aren't everything, but the lyrics stuck out like a sore thumb to me from the first time I heard it. And no matter how hard I fight it, they continue to bring it down. You know, it's pleasant. His voice sounds great. Guitar work is great. I'm never fully satisfied by it. And I think that some people overrate it just because they hear the voice and they scream.
Right. Okay.
So.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, we did see a lot of that. Some people didn't realize that song was from 92, you know, which was pretty comical. But okay, Andy, number 8 for you, my friend.
Ditto to what Dylan said there, our musical director. I have When Winter Comes as my number 8 as well.
Wow.
My guy.
It's for the same reasons. It's nice. But it just doesn't go anywhere for me. It sounds okay, but I think people have really overrated that song, in my opinion. Just because he sounds younger.
Well, I think that's one of the first leaked songs.
Doesn't mean it sounds great.
Yeah, well,
okay, he sounds
I'll
younger.
take that. I think people were just enamored by something new that was so kind of
right.
old
I mean,
vintage.
and I think that hype is like just a little bit too much for my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think it's a little overinflated. It's okay. It's nothing to write home about. And yeah, I had it the same ranking there as our musical director, Mr. C.
Oh. Okay, my 8 was Longtail Winter Bird. I like it. I think it's a good opener. I enjoy it. I mean, I think it is maybe a touch too long, almost kind of like in the Squid area with too long-ish, maybe, because it just kind of just repeats itself after a while. But it's good. I'm glad he did stick an instrumental on here. I think it, you know,
a lead off track too.
Yeah, exactly. To stick with that McCartney III-ish, you know, theory or whatever. You know, you got to have at least one instrumental on there, and I'm glad that we got at least one. And I think it's a good one. I think it's one of his better ones over the last 20 years or so. So yeah, I got that as my number 8. And then Ethan, we're going to you.
Oh no. My number 8's Women and Wives.
Okay. Anything you want to say about it?
No.
Okay.
I love it.
Oh, why?
He doesn't need to. It's his ranking.
I can't wait to go back and read the comments.
This is the ranking show. I'm ranking the songs.
Just list it in the comments if you don't want to talk about it.
Right.
I'm curious about just. It doesn't offend me or anyone else. I think just kind of curious.
I don't know, David. You seem a little triggered right now.
You know, okay. After this song, I will give at least. I will at least give somewhat of an explanation after this one. Not this one though.
Fair enough. Not this one.
No.
Okay, so that was 8. So now we are moving on to number 7, and we get the one and only Mr. Dylan Sevey starting us off on this one. What do you got?
Yeah. From this point on, these are all songs I really dig. These have all made my favorite Macca playlists. Number 7, I put Kiss of Venus. It's kind of the opposite of When Winter Comes for me. I've heard a lot of people complain about the voice, but it doesn't bother me at all. It sounds vulnerable. It sounds real. And I'm kind of impressed he's still hitting those falsetto notes. There's some really nice lyrical nuggets, beautiful guitar playing. I like the harpsichord breakdown. I am a fan.
Yes. Okay. Andy.
Women and Wives. Women and Wives is my number 7.
Women and Wives.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of to your I guess
Wow.
earlier. Yeah, it's got that whole like lead belly thing. I don't really hear
Could
it.
have been on Ram with that kind of accent.
I don't
Weird.
really hear it in here. It's like over the top. I actually enjoy it. I enjoy his piano playing in it more than
Yeah.
actually his singing in it. I love the vibe of the song, but I don't really like the singing really on it too much because it's like so deep. Like
Women and wives.
it's like what is he doing on that song? You know?
Well, he's
I-
playing to his vocal
abilities.
Yeah, he's
Is
not
he?
I don't think he is.
No, but I don't think he's stressing. I think he just kind of let it. It reminds me a little bit of like Lady Madonna, where he has that kind of, that.
Well, that crappy version of Lady Madonna he did on that benefit show, which
yeah.
was absolutely gobshite.
Okay, where are we? 7. All right, I'm going with Kiss of Venus. For reasons I think Dylan said. I mean, I dig the guitar playing is great, and yes, I'm still really impressed that he can hit that falsetto voice, and I think he should keep doing it. Great. I think the lyrics are nice. Musically, it's nice, and it just works. I guess you could say this is probably really the only ballad on the album, really. And I think he knocks this one out. So I like it. Ethan, 7.
Okay, my number 7 is a Lavatory Lil. It's a fun song. The only thing that it would have been higher on the list if it weren't for the goofy sounding like "Watch out for Lavatory Lil." Like that knocks it down. That knocks it down about 2 or 3 spots.
You don't like the football fans at the bar chanting the background vocals?
I would if it didn't sound like a
like it.
78-year-old man.
Wow. Okay, fair enough.
But it's a good song.
Gotcha. David, 7 for you.
7 is Seize the Day, and I said in my comments, definitely could have been a track on Egypt Station.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the songs I did enjoy that you probably didn't care for on Egypt Station. So I like the lyrics. I love the chorus, and I love the organ. I think it sounds like a Vox organ. Seize the Day kind of hit hard lyrically because the time that we're in, or the time that it came out. But yeah, I mean, it's the middle ranking of the track. So it's I don't love it. I don't hate it, but I like it.
Okay, fair enough. All right, number 6. You want to read any comments here? Or we're halfway through, or just want to keep going?
Keep going.
Okay, 6, and Andy, you are up first.
Okay, the first time I think we've mentioned this song tonight. Deep, Deep Feeling. And if I had done this ranking,
Ethan had it way
sorry.
too low.
That was my number 9.
Okay, so I have all my notes here, but
And I didn't have it wrong, Dylan.
if we had done this ranking about a month into this release, I would have had this song probably a 10 or 11. This really, I did not like Deep, Deep Feeling at all. I remember talking in our text thread. I think Dylan really dug this, or David dug this song right away, I believe. And
I did
really,
too. Yeah.
Yes, you both did. I was trying to remember. You both really liked this song right out of the gate. And it took a couple listenings, and it's like a trance, right? It's like it's 8 minutes, and it really puts you in a trance. I know a lot of people think it's a little long. Musically, it's adventurous. I love when Paul takes chances like that. He does that on this song, and I'm telling you, I could listen to this song anytime. I really enjoy it.
It's a grower.
It's a true highlight of the record for me. I'm curious where you guys might have it. I'm guessing a couple of you guys have it in 1, 2, or 3, but we'll wait and see.
All right. So we got 6, right? Yeah, 6. Yeah. I agree with you, partner. 6 is Deep, Deep Feeling for me as well. This was one that took time for me. If we were doing this ranking maybe a couple more months into the future, maybe I'd have it a little bit higher because I'm still, processing it and taking it all in, because really is a lot to take in with this song. Wouldn't you agree, Dylan?
Yeah, I'll talk more on it when I
Okay.
talk about but absolutely, yes.
So, but I mean, some of this vocal approach to
Dylan's
it,
got to give us that muso.
right? Exactly.
Give us the
Yeah.
muso take. Come
Yeah.
on, Dylan.
I like the vocal approach to it. I like the direction that he was going. I like that he did challenge us with this song. And the length maybe not so much.
It was
you
so
know.
long they had to flip it for the vinyl.
Right, exactly. They had to change the track listing. Exactly. So,
8 minutes is nothing though. Come on, that's
Right.
nothing. That's nothing.
not for you prog fans.
Yeah, I was gonna say
John
Andy's
Anderson
the
songs,
resident prog fan.
40 minutes on side A.
That's nothing. Come on.
Yeah. All right. So six for me is Deep Feeling. Ethan, let's move it on to you, my friend.
Number 6 is Long-Tailed Winterbird.
Okay.
It would be higher on this list, but I think Paul could have chopped about 2 or 3 minutes off the song. It just kind of went on.
Right.
It did everything it set out to do in its first 3 minutes, and then it just kind of repeated itself.
Right. Well, just in a way like the squid kind of did. It
Yeah.
just follows the pattern. But I think this is more interesting than maybe like a squid would be. There's more to it than that song. I think.
I'll give the song credit. What I heard in the trailer for McCartney III was what got me very excited to hear it, because that metallic, kind of
Right.
clanking, palm muting got me very excited.
Cool. I like that. Okay. 6 for David.
I selected Find My Way, which is one of the first things I heard in the early teasers.
Andy, will you please remove David from the show, please? I'm kidding.
I mean,
That's why you're no longer co-host, buddy.
That is why you are the lost leg.
Yeah.
The lost leg. Go ahead, bro.
I'm the freaking Pete Best of this podcast now. He sucks. He's not so good anymore. Hey, I like the song. Like I said, a lot of the upbeat stuff on this album, I rank a little bit different than the downer stuff, I guess. It's just where I'm at. So, but I love the hi-hat loops that he's doing, and then the twin guitar licks along the piano playing. I mean, this is probably the first song I heard when I found it on the interwebs bootlegged. So I love the funky bass playing too. So I think that I wish they, instead of tease us up until like the very near the release, they could have released this as a single back in October, early November.
Right. And I was going to ask you guys that too, if you thought that there was a song good enough to have been, single material on here.
I think that's it.
I think Find My Way is the obvious.
That's the single. That's the one that had the music video.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
It kind of doesn't make sense that they didn't just release it as a single.
Well, I was so pissed. I'm like, I want to hear a song because you guys are buying 50 versions of this album and no one heard a full song.
And we didn't know the track listing either.
No, nothing dropped. We had to get some guy who recorded something off of a radio station and sent the file to us.
Right.
I mean, I was, like, hey, I have money down on this, not as much as others, but it's like, as a fan, like, come on, give us some of the goods, because you're still getting our money anyways. So, but yeah. Find My Way.
All right. Find My Way is number 6. Dylan, for you, number 6, my friend.
Number 6, I've got Seize the Day. It's pretty quintessential Macca song, solid melodies and arrangement, wonky little lyrics, cool chord progressions. And I don't know, I like the vocal performance. Well, we're in the relative major. I like his vocal performance and the vocal layering. Yeah, it's only at 6 for me, but I still really like it a lot.
Cool. Excellent.
Carpe
Andy.
diem.
All right, Andy, you started that round. So we're going top 5 now, and we're switching to me. I am going with Women and Wives for number 5. I do like the vocal approach on this song. I do like the piano playing throughout. I like the feel. I just like the feel of the song, and I can understand what you're saying, Dylan, where he says one thing, this kind of and what what inspired him to do the song in the first place, and then you feel let down because it didn't didn't meet your expectations because you like that particular band so much. But me, I didn't know that band before. I didn't know Lead Belly. I mean, so
Lead Belly is not a band. I just want to throw that out there.
Thank
Lead
you.
Belly
See-
is a very prominent blues and folk
Thank
artist
you.
from the
See?
30s and 40s.
Thank you.
But
So I don't
Shame.
It was like a
know
Robert
that.
Johnson.
I don't know that.
Shame.
I don't know that, and I
Shame.
could give two shits about that. So there
Andy,
you
please
go.
remove Tom. from the-
I gotta do it now,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Come on.
I
So Tom
don't
only
care.
listens to real music like Kiss.
Exactly. That's right. Because baby, if you're feeling good, baby, if you're feeling
Go paint your face and stick
Yes.
your tongue out. Or something.
Okay.
I mean, why listen to Midnight Special when you can listen to I Was Made for Loving You? I mean,
Exactly.
I was made for loving you, baby. You were made.
All right. Okay, so Women and Wives is my number 5. Ethan.
Oh, is it time again?
Yep.
What number are we on?
5.
Okay, 5. Deep Down.
Wow.
Wow.
I like it. It's long. It's kind of ambient a little. It's you can zone out. Good to jam to. I don't know.
Oh, God.
Yeah, hold on, Andy. You had something to say?
No.
Okay.
ooh, all bark, no bite.
He
from
saved all
Mr.
his comments
Nichols.
for this shotgun.
That's all right. We'll save all the smart-ass comments for when you both are in Arizona.
Yeah.
Anyways. Okay, so David, number 5 for you, buddy.
Want to get deep down. Want to
Okay.
do it right. I just turned into a country song by Hootie.
Jack White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like the darker, downer, loopier songs on this album. It's repetitive. I'm not going to deny that. But I could kind of zone out to it. People might zone out to boredom or it's not as realized as other songs, but I love the guitar and keyboard like lick. Kind of has a Flowers in the Dirt side 2 feel, I guess in a good way for me, because I think side 2 in that album's a little snoozy, but I enjoy the synth horns I put on my notes. Something he could have been messing around during the Egypt stations. But I unfortunately, you guys are gonna probably shut me off because I kind of like the horn synths on this than the 2 Record Day singles that came out for Egypt Station. I don't know. It grabbed me more for this album. I don't know why.
Okay.
But
all right.
I could take
Fair
a
enough.
15-minute jam of this song. But I listen to a lot of ambient stuff, so that's where it hit me.
Okay. Dylan, number 5.
It's always interesting to see how close a subjective opinion can be to being objectively wrong. Just really interesting to me. My number 5 is Longtail Winter Bird. Completely agree with you guys. It is definitely overlong. Could have been cut in half, but it's so cool. And I really do think it's the perfect album opener. I think the soundscape is awesome, especially as the instruments continue to trickle in. The upright bass in particular is so groovy and it's recorded so well. The guitar riff is it's simple, but I think it's super effective. I want more experimental weirdness like this from Paul.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I'd say Ethan likes that.
I know.
Very
Well,
cool.
Ethan makes good points every now and then.
I'll take what I can get.
Andy, my friend, number 5 for you.
The Kiss of Venus.
See, Kiss keeps coming up.
Yeah,
I love Kiss.
Yeah. The falsetto part of it really kind of turned me off a little bit, but again, upon repeated playings of it, especially the harpsichord in that's straight out of like Beatles. I hear like that sounds very Beatley to me. When I hear that harpsichord kick in, I'm like, that's like 67-ish Beatles, Penny Lane sound. That's what I hear when I hear that song. So, and I've always, it's been, again, I didn't really like the song as much when the album came out, but it's 1 through 5 could have been interchangeable for me. So I love the Kiss of Venus. Really do.
Very cool. Okay. All right. That's the end of the 5s. We're going with number 4 now. And Ethan, you are starting us off, buddy.
My number 4 is Slidin'. And now that I have a panel of different people, I want to ask you guys something. When this album first came out, I was on another show that shall not be named. And we were doing a roundtable discussion, and I said, the opening of Slidin' sounds like Led Zeppelin. And everyone said, no, it doesn't, Ethan. No.
Oh, I
And
think
this
the tech of
man
the
right
drums.
here, Dylan, was the only person who backed me up.
Ooh.
He messaged me and backed me up.
Can I read you word for word what I have in my notes? I wrote, I want to get justice for Ethan Alexanian. He was on Podcast Name Retracted a while back, commented that the opening drum hits were reminiscent of Good Times, Bad Times. The other host tried telling him he was wrong. In fact, the drum hits are the exact same pattern as Good Times, Bad Times, and the boy must not be shunned. Continue, Ethan.
No, that's all I had. I just wanted my moment in the sun.
Right. Excellent.
It's shining brightly upon you, my child.
Thank you, Father.
And if there was a drummer that's going to know that, I guess it would be Dylan. Because
Dylan would know it. Yes.
Because didn't you just play it recently?
I did. And yeah, I had less than a week to learn like the most iconic drum song of all time. That was a super cool thing to get thrown at me.
That was very cool. You shared that with us. That sounded awesome.
Thank you. I wish I had played it that well at the show, but we talked about that enough.
The recording was good.
The recording was good. I told the band, I'm going to send this to you to prove it that I can do it.
All right, David, number 4.
Number 4 is Longtail Winterbird. Forget it. The moment it was on, the moment I heard the song, from the leaked version to the leaked CD to the one I bought, kicking off an album with a 5-minute plus instrumental. I mean, only he would do that and get away with it. And it kind of gave me hope, because I didn't have great feelings for the last album. It was a good album, but it didn't hook me like a lot of people. I still love that song, because it was the start of a McCartney album in the year 2020, probably one of the worst years in modern history. So I was very happy to hear him playing, sounding good, and here we are. So
right, cool,
beautifully said, David.
Yeah, 4, Dylan.
I also have Slidin' at 4. Great rocker. I think these sorts of songs really suit him well. For whatever reason, no matter how shredded his voice is, he still belts out these heavier tunes so well. And some people have complained that the vocals are buried, but I hear them just fine. And he's really screaming. I feel like if they were brought up, you run the risk of them being too overpowering. But I don't know. I also just like how heavy the guitars are. The lyrics, so psychedelic, so cool. And I know Tom's a big fan of the windows in my hair, and I really feel like that opening line too, or the next line, this is what I want to do, who I want to be. I feel like that's the ethos of Paul McCartney captured.
Man, I'm vibing to it right
one
now.
Line. So 4, Slidin'.
I love that placement. Okay, Andy, number 4 for you.
Make
buddy.
it 3 for 3. Sliding 4, maybe. Sliding 4 for all the same reasons that Ethan and Dylan said it. I'm jamming.
I didn't
right
give
now.
any reasons though.
Well, whatever. It's they're the same reasons why. I know they are. It is such a freaking awesome song. That shouting McCartney, like foot stomping, kicking ass, and just getting it out there, and that he does so well. To Dylan's point, it's an incredible freaking song. God, it's just I can't get enough of it. It is such a good song. The playing on it, the shouting. I mean, the whole "this is who I want to be." Everything you guys said, I love it. At 78, the guy is just jamming out and kicking ass. And how awesome is that?
We're lucky. We're lucky right now.
Love it. Love Sliding.
All right, 4 for me. I went with Lavatory Lil at 4, and because just like and just like Sliding, is the fact is I get so jacked when he just does a straight up rock and roll song. I don't necessarily care if the vocals agree with me. It's just so so nice to finally get a couple more tracks like this and Sliding, because it's kind of rare in a way. I mean, he just doesn't rock out anymore, and I thought the lyrics were fun, and that also bumped the song out for me a little bit, because it's just an enjoyable track that you can it's the rock and roll stuff, it's just simple for him to do something. I mean, he probably did this in 5 minutes, just like he did Come and Get It. It's just really easy for him to do something like this. I really enjoy it. So Lavatory Lil is my 4. Ethan, you started the 4s. We're going to 3, the top 3 now, and we're going to start with David.
Wow. I mean, like you were saying about that song, 24 years after the release of Flaming Pie, it almost felt like, as great as Flaming Pie was, it's almost like his kind of senior album in terms he seemed older back then. Maybe it was going through the heavy time with Linda, but the optimism he could pull from his mind, which is great to be a poet, writer. It just has that energy. So something like Sliding, I mean, shit. Replace that song with Let Me Roll It Live with the twin guitar attack. The vibes, man. He sounds 40 years younger than he really is. I mean, the drum and guitar feeling has that Jack White kind of John Bonham kind of jamming feel. This could have been my number 1 or 2.
Right.
I love that he has Rusty and Abe on this.
No, oh, shh.
Oh.
Can't say that.
Yeah. This part of this segment of the show might get requested to be deleted, snipped. So
I'm lost, man.
Oh, okay. So Rusty did an interview prior to the release, and he said that they were like everything was McCartney except for Sliding, and then like a week later, that segment of the interview was cut because he wanted.
Yeah.
All right, I like the bonus track of Sliding,
Dusseldorf,
which is a total different feel. Could be a different song.
I knew what you meant, David.
Right. Okay. 3 for Dylan.
Deep, deep feeling.
Wow.
And this is a remarkable song, and it's not a second too long. It takes you on such a fascinating journey. This is a song where the music does as much talking as the vocals, and all of the individual parts are so well crafted and arranged. And the soundscape that they create along with the vocals, it's kind of unlike anything else he's ever done before. I mean, you can look at Love and Song or She's Given Up Talking or Traveling Light. He's done moody stuff before, and that's great. But the care that he put into this is really astounding. It honestly reminds me of some of the stuff that Bowie was doing on his last 2 records. I understand why it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it is a really solid artistic statement, and I think it's cool as hell. And I mean, Ethan, I'm kind of surprised that for you, the person who really digs the experimental McCartney would not enjoy this, but to each their own.
Too long.
A song is as long as it's supposed to be.
Bingo.
Fell in Love with a Girl by the White Stripes is 1:51, and it's perfect. Stairway to Heaven is 9 minutes, and that's perfect. It doesn't matter.
No.
Fair. Okay. Good.
But that's just my opinion.
That's just your opinion. Very good. Andy, number 3.
Number 3 for me, Pretty Boys. Pretty Boys. I love, to me, that's a throwback to early days on New. It's early days part 2 for me. The whistling on it. I love the whistling on that. And again, it builds up, opens up a nice little acoustic beginning.
Yeah.
Then, then it's, I don't know if it's like a piano or maybe it's a little mellotron or something I'm not sure what's in it, but it just builds up. McCartney does these songs. He does songs like this so well, where it starts out and he layers and he builds up and he builds up. Pretty Boys does that well. And it gets the drum beat going there a little bit, a minute and a half into it. It's simple. I like my Twee McCartney.
Right.
I do.
Very good.
And I always, it's just a pleasant song, and I really, really, I dig it.
Can I interrupt something? I won't say anything, but I'll show something. If you could read this.
Can't really see it.
Look at track 7.
David, we don't want the lawyers on our case. No. Let's drop this.
I'm just reading the liners.
Yeah. 3 for me. I'm going 1 up, you guys. I think Sliding is fantastic. Yes, you're absolutely right, Dylan. I love the line. I can see my body through rain, through in my hair or whatever, windows of my hair. Great line, very psychedelic. And again, we just don't get these kind of rockers from Paul. And yeah, if he does go live, let's hope that he does this live. And really, I think the band obviously knows it, and I think this will be a great killer track. And absolutely, David, I agree. Let's get rid of "Let Me Roll It" and throw "Sliding" in there, so we can rock out while half the other crowd goes and gets a beer like a bunch of idiots.
I would never do a bathroom break at a Paul McCartney show. I'm sorry. He could
Never.
play. He could play 4 or 5 seconds twice, and I'd still stand there.
Great. So sliding for me is 3. Again, it probably should be higher up as well. Ethan, 3.
Tommy Two Legs. He always have a way with words.
I know. I get tongue-tied all the time. But go ahead.
I'm with Andy here. My number 3 is Pretty Boys.
Okay. There you go. Thank you. Man,
you heard it here first.
A man of many words over here.
Like that David Bowie album, Man of Words, Man of Music.
Right. Very good. Okay. 3 is finished. We're going to number 2, and we're going to move on with Mr. Sevey. Number 2, my friend.
My 2 and 1 are really tough. I love them both for different reasons. They're honestly 1A and 1B, but I know this will get votes for number 1, so I'll put it here. So number 2, I have Find My Way. I've been digging this song since I heard it. Awesome production on this song. Really killer guitar tones, really smart placement of all the instrumental interludes. There's so many things that pop in and out of it, and they never return, and they're so interesting and they're so cool. The melody is simple, but it's effective. It sticks with you. The guitar outro is some of my favorite guitar work he's ever done.
Yes.
And even though the subject matter isn't really joyous, it just sounds so joyous. It gives me the same feeling that a lot of his pop classics give me. And, I like Who Cares off Egypt Station just fine, but this is a better written, like lyrically, the subject matter, a Lean on Me sort of thing. Yeah, it's awesome. I love Find My Way.
Great. Andy?
Same ditto. Find My Way, number 2.
Wow.
On par with Dylan again. Masterfully crafted, pop with a capital P, obvious single choice, all those things. Remember hearing it when we didn't officially hear it. I'm like, that's the single. If there was going to be a single, but it wasn't. Love it. I absolutely love Find My Way. Imagine hearing this live. If we ever could hear this live, how great that would be. Again, is there any horns on this, or is it all just kind of like, is there horns on Find My Way at all?
Yeah, they're definitely, and like the bum bum bum,
right?
bum bum bum. I'm doing this as if they were real horns. It was more like this, but
but that sound is on it. Yeah, and nice long outro to take you out of the song.
Right.
All that guitar work, tremendous as it closes. But almost wish Find My Way could have opened the album. I would have loved that too. If Find My Way to get that pop boiler out there that George Martin always liked to have open an album with. And that I mean, Long Tail Winter Bird is great as an opener. It's just a little bit too long, but Find My Way, if that had opened the record, man, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, great.
But that's my number 2.
Yeah. 2 for me, Winter Bird When Winter Comes. And I totally understand what you're saying, Dylan, where people just went apeshit to hear that younger voice. But for me, it was the lyrics. I like the lyrics and the music to that more than the fact that knowing, okay, we got a younger McCartney on this record, and it's the voice we all know and love, But it just had that early Wings feeling. And the only thing, and what's the song missing? It's missing Denny and Linda, really. And we would have had I think a Wings classic. Really, even if Linda was just did a little backing vocal on this, I think the track would have been really cool just to have Linda on there again, like she was with the first McCartney record. Man, I could see probably a lot of people getting emotional if Linda had a little bit on there.
I will say conceptually, even though she's not on the song, knowing that it was written at those sessions and she was there. I definitely can dig and appreciate that.
That vibe, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got that for mine 2. Ethan, 2.
My number 2 is Seize the Day.
Wow. Okay. Excellent. Thank you, my friend.
Why?
All right.
Ethan
David.
Alexanian is like the Russian judge. I love him so much.
David,
I love you
David,
too.
David, number 2.
Women and wives.
Oh.
You know, kind of like early days, he's just letting his voice be what it is, and maybe he's trying too hard on the opposite spectrum. But I kind of like the lower register McCartney these days. Like I said, it kind of has a Lady Madonna feel on his voice in my ears.
Right.
There's no gimmicks on this album, no production. It's just
except for the horns.
Yeah, I meant.
I know what you meant.
The difference between the last album and this album, he just wasn't. Well, he was his own producer, so
right.
He was just being natural in his own studio. To me, it kind of, I get that from a lover to a friend feeling from 20 years ago. So it takes you back to
Scared that that's 20 years ago, but whatever.
Is that crazy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Dylan, number 2.
And I like the bonus. I like the outtake with the extra verse, but he did the right thing, and the original is better. But I'm sorry, the one that was released on the album is better.
Gotcha. Okay.
I already gave my number 2.
Oh, yeah, we started with you. Okay, we are at number 1. Wow, crazy. Real quick question. Do you remember when we all got that crappy audio version? Did that hinder?
I don't know what you're talking about, Tom.
Did that kind of lower your expectations when you heard that?
No.
Songwriting was there.
Yeah,
the quality wasn't.
Right.
But I could look past that.
I didn't listen to it that much because I didn't want to say, I didn't want to hear it in that crappy. I listened to it once. I'm going to just reserve it till we get the real thing.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
Actually, I didn't like it as much when I had it in the bad audio quality. And when it finally came out, or at least a good quality leak, those of you out there who sent me it, you know who you are.
Right.
It just blew me away, and it was much better.
Right.
Because you could make out what was going on.
Right. Gotcha. All right. Before we get to number 1, I just want to just briefly thank everybody that has been joining us with you. If you are new, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe. We are 6 away from 600. Yeah, we are 6 away from 600. Another milestone. So please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And again, I'll say this again later, but you guys have been great throughout this last 6-7 months, however long, 8 months, really 9 maybe, since we've been doing this. So we really appreciate that. But number 1, Andy Nichols, what do you got?
Seize the Day.
I had a feeling.
You knew it.
Yeah.
You knew it.
Do it.
Yeah.
I'm a sentimental guy. I'm a sentimental guy. I hearing Paul talk and sing sentimentally in his older age, it moves me. You hear it on Do It Now on Egypt Station, which Tom and you guys know I like that. And this is kind of a rewrite of that. And given the entire shitty year that it was, to me, it's a celebration of life and music and everything that makes Paul so awesome. Musically, kind of more in Dylan's realm. I love the descending notes in this song. That kind of kick, the descending parts of that song. I love that. And the message, seize the day. I mean, this is it. I love the ending of it too. It kind of builds up, this great big crescendo of a finish, and you just hear him kind of just rail on the guitar as it fades out. I mean, it could have closed the album. I would have been happy with that. I know the lyrics are a little wonky, Yankee Toes and Eskimos and all that stuff, but when the cold days come, it feels good. It just, to me, it's a celebration of life and everything that Paul is and where he's at right now. And that's why it's my number 1.
Great. Good. Nice placement.
Thank you.
Since the first time I heard it on the Beatles, that Breakfast with the Beatles show, Find My Way, Even though I didn't care for it lyrically at first, musically, it was just so exciting. I think this musically, this is the best of McCartney. I just think it's just so fun. And Dylan, to your point with the guitars, that Dick Dale kind of style guitar towards the end for that last Dakota of the song was just superb. Everything about that song, the lyrics eventually grew on me. I know my left arm right. Okay, it's a little silly type lyrics, but it's just so much fun and everything I look forward to a McCartney record. And it just hit me right off the bat. So
was it just my ears, or was there kind of reverse guitars in that track?
Yes,
too?
there was reverse guitars in that as well. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, it's just, this one is the one like where it could have been the single, and this is like another one where it could have gone on another minute for me, and I still would enjoy it. It's like some songs they're too short, and they go, oh man, like why couldn't you add it another 30 seconds to this? But it's good. It's a great pop song from McCartney, and he's still doing these gems, and I give him all the credit in the world for that. So number one, Find My Way. Ethan, what do you got?
My number one is also Find My Way. The one thing I was gonna mention is those backwards guitars. I don't know, I can't remember what it was. I think it was a TikTok of all things where Paul was explaining how he did that sound, and it's escaping me what exactly he did. Right. But it's good.
Yes. And I like I like that he produced
a ringing
this album.
endorsement from Ethan.
Right.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, it's good.
I like that he trusts his instincts on this album. You can feel like, maybe he should produce his own albums again going forward, instead of getting all these young kids, in my opinion. But even though I like some of the stuff that he does with the kids, it's, he should trust his instincts more and just produce some stuff more. But David, what do you got for number one?
Am I the last one?
No.
Okay. I don't have a thesis like Dylan does, but it's deep feeling.
Wow.
To me, this is on par with. I love the Appreciate from the new album. I like the modern kind of loops and feel, the ethos of that song. Even Nothing for Free, I think that might be one of my favorite songs on the last album. It just has that modern, which is ironic because I don't like a lot of his contemporary stuff he's been doing lately, but this one just hooked me since I heard it, the bootleg of it, and it takes you through a lot of journeys. It's like a tour de force. I find something musically different about it every time I listen to it. I love the deep tom work in the beginning, and shit when the piano and when the mellotron comes in. Oh fuck! Because of this song, I picked up a little mellotron keyboard because I love that.
Dude.
I fell in love with the mellotron again. I had to get one, a little instrument version, and and it takes a turn later in the song. That's something that could have came off Chaos and Creation with acoustic guitar and piano. This might be my favorite song since House of Wax.
Oh wow!
And the ending is very hypnotic. So it's a tour de force song for me on this album.
Okay,
that's all I got.
Dylan, we're going to give you the final word. What's to say? What is your number one?
All right. Well, we are almost done here and we're doing well on time. So I am going to make you guys listen to me while I get up on a little soapbox here. And I'll make it go as quick as possible because my fiance is listening to me right now and she's probably so sick of hearing me talking and she's waiting for me to get off and make us some chicken nuggets. I love you, babe. She just texted me. What'd she say? She said... she texted me a picture. She said she texted me some pictures of our cats that are adorable. We'll get to that later. My number one is Pretty Boys. And look, opinions are opinions and people can like and dislike whatever they want. But some of the criticisms that I've seen and heard levied against this song are so misguided. And not you guys. You guys have all given your good reasons. So I'm not talking to you, but a lot of people out there. Firstly, from a musical and production standpoint, this song is unbelievable. Every single instrument sits in the mix perfectly and everything sounds exactly as it's supposed to. There are times on this record, and frankly across a lot of his recent records, where certain things just don't sound right. They're over-processed, they're not mixed well, but the electric guitars in this song are immaculate. Every single guitar tone is incredible. The background vocals weave in and out perfectly, and the effect that's layered onto them at the end is so clutch. It's super ethereal, and it's really moving from a musical standpoint, and it's subtly very, very dynamic, which I can't say for a lot of his recent songs. So it's got that going, and lyrically, I can't for the life of me fathom why anyone objects to this song. Some fans are willing to put up with the most mundane lyrics that Paul writes, and I do as well. But then when he writes an actual thoughtful set of lyrics that aren't totally straightforward and direct like he normally is, they get their panties in a bunch. This is a
Who's
guy.
triggered now? Who is triggered now?
This is a guy. I'm triggered, damn it, and I have some things to say. This is a guy who's been in the spotlight for 60 years, and he's spent quite a bit of that time being marketed as desirable in some way. He's a celebrity, he's a rock star, a sex symbol, so on and so forth. And it's all a game. It's pretty meaningless to an extent. He knows that. He's seen and experienced it all. This is him taking the piss out of that in a really smart way. The Beatles were the pretty boys. James Dean was the pretty boy. Johnny Depp, NSYNC, so on and so forth. Human beings with depth and feeling who are reduced to shallow commodities in so many people's eyes because of the way they're being presented to the public. You see all the nice things, the bicycles for hire, the objects of desire, the cottages for rent, but don't worry what might be underneath the surface. You can look, but don't touch. They're talking, but they're not saying much. Paul really doesn't Dylan for Prez. I'll take it. You know, Paul doesn't write songs like this a whole lot, and we should be celebrating this. Honestly, he's usually either writing super relatable direct lyrics, or if he does try to tackle a certain subject, he doesn't do it with nearly as much nuance, aka who cares, or freedom. The super clunky songs. Pretty Boys demonstrates what he's capable of as a writer when he has something on his mind and takes the time to write about it intelligently. And it's kind of funny that Andy mentioned the twee thing, and I know exactly what you're talking about, but it honestly gives me an Americana feel, like with a lot of the chord progressions, the way it's recorded, the melody is very, very folky. I don't know, and I'm really privy to that, and I'm rambling, and I'm not sorry.
You don't be. You nailed it better than any of us could.
Yeah, I'm not sorry. I love this song. I've said before that this song is a triumph, and I stand by that. And I need to be that little voice lost in the wind that stands up for it when other people are slagging it off. So someone get me a cigarette, because I'm done. And
what Ethan said. And that was an awesome analysis.
Nice. Yes,
well said.
I've had that in here for about 7 months, so thank you for allowing. I don't even want to know.
I think we need to give Dylan a round of applause right now.
Yes, absolutely. Standing ovation. Thank you, Dylan.
Sorry about what I said for number 11.
Yeah, well, you know.
Anyway,
yeah, is this a first where someone's had a bottom and the
polar
top
opposite?
The exact same?
I think it might be.
It could be. Yeah,
it might
absolutely. It could be.
Andy,
yeah.
I think you had one that I had at the bottom for McCartney too.
Waterfalls.
That might have happened. Actually, wait, Tom, did you have the medley of Red Rose as your bottom?
Maybe I didn't. No,
because that might have been.
Yeah, if there was a chance that would be, then
it would be on that record.
It'd probably be there. I'd have to go back and look at that, but could be.
So you're saying that should have been a single?
Anyways, listen, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here tonight. This is just a dream to come true when us can get together and we can, talk about, give our opinions on these wonderful songs and put them in any order that we desire. And we can still get along and do it. I love it. We're still going to be friends after this, hopefully. Dylan, I don't know about you, but it's okay anyways.
You don't put words in my mouth.
Yeah, I know. Andy, anything you want to add before we sign off, my friend?
No, what a treasure and a treat to have you guys on here to close out this tremendous series, which started as an idea and evolved into thumbnails with tremendous contributions from Ethan. And to kind of keep it all in the family here to recap it was appropriate, and it was a good idea to do that. So good job on you there, partner.
Thank you. Yeah, Ethan, you're talented, and I hope that you keep doing these things, and and I hope you can make a career out of this, because you're good at it, and and you should be getting paid for it. But not from
Wait,
us,
you guys
though.
aren't paying this guy?
He
Some
gets
Canadian Amazon bucks?
No,
Come
listen,
on.
he is
That's officially on record. Good
Right,
job,
yeah.
Tom.
No,
he has
no.
something that none of you else have. So how about
Right,
that?
exactly. We've taken care of him, and we're going to take care of him again when he
Don't
gets
leave
out
that
here
in
again.
such an ambiguous way, Tom. Yeah, we've taken care of him.
We've
Take care
taken
of him.
care of him, yes. But Ethan, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for all the work that you've put in to do these thumbnails, because I mean it takes time, and
Yes.
even though it seems like you get them done quickly, it still takes time, and we do really appreciate it.
I'm
So
still
thank you.
waiting for the alternate press to play artwork.
Dylan,
So-
Keep
I'll send
waiting.
you that.
Oh,
I'll send you that.
prick.
Dylan.
I hate you.
That one was done.
Excellent. Send it my way, please.
Exactly. Dylan, thank you for the music that you've given us and coming on from time to time. We really appreciate your thoughts and your approach, and especially because you're a musician and you give us a different point of view, to where, because I have no idea about chords and progressions and stuff like this. So you've really, helped us learn, about things like that. And it's been a great honor knowing you and having you on the show, and, and thank you for, doing what you did. And,
Well, thank you, Tom. It is my pleasure. Hopefully I can do some more music for you soon, and hopefully I'll also be out there in Arizona soon. And
yeah.
I'm looking forward to coming on again. And honestly, Tom, I don't care what anyone else says. I think you're
Either
a great guy.
I don't care either. And that's it. So we're going to
Thank you three for taking over my job and doing it better than I could ever do.
Oh,
With that being said, Dylan,
Yeah.
go check your Facebook
Right.
Messenger.
David, I couldn't have started this without you, because I had no idea.
I know you couldn't have.
Yeah, exactly.
it's okay.
So no, but listen,
No.
we were able to establish a close relationship with this podcast, and I can't really say much more, because I don't want to get too emotional, but
jeez.
it's been great getting to know you again.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
So
I won't be a stranger to you.
no, we still text a lot.
Oh,
Jeez,
yeah.
Pete.
Yeah. No, I'd be honored to be welcome back once a year. So
We'll think about it.
Well,
We'll
you're
let
on par for
we'll-
that.
We'll let you know. We'll let you know. Don't call us.
oh yeah, we'll call it you. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
No,
Anyways.
I mean you're with some a talented group of people here,
Right.
and then your other show are idols you looked up to, and you work with
Right.
them. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you have ascended to where you are, and I'm looking
Thank you.
forward to it.
Yeah.
So
Thank you. Everybody that's joined us, the Susans, the Toms, the Olivers, the Hudsons, the Ethans, everybody out there, the Surges, the Tonys, the Toms, like I said, Day Trippers, I know I'm missing David, Ed Crawford, David, right? Where's David? Everybody out
Mayo.
there. Nate,
Joe Mayo,
Mo,
everybody.
Mayo, Gary, everybody out there, Jamie, everybody out there that's
Queen.
joined. Yes, the Queen that started with us at the beginning and who has joined us during this wonderful ride. Thank you very much. The people that have emailed us and said, hey, you forgot that song, and hey, don't forget that one, and Harry with Twice in a Lifetime already. Okay, stop. I get it. I know, but it was never released as a single. Okay, sorry, my friend.
And it's not that good.
Let it go.
But we had a blast. We're going to take a week off. We'll be back live again. Or no, not necessarily. Who knows when we're going to be back live? We'll be back live again soon, I'm sure. But the ranking the tracks is over. We've got more ideas in store, and we actually are going to do a 3-parter that I think a lot of people are going to get involved with, hopefully. And I'm looking forward to that. And that's going to be coming up here soon. And everybody out there, this has been a blast. Thank you very much. I'm going to go eat dinner. You guys,
Me too.
take care.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Good
See you
night.
next time, as our
Yeah.
fearless leader says.
Yes.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Peace